a reductionist case, a reduce things of all. There's so much information, whole universe around. They always reduce it only this case. I tell about the why it's reduced case because I use my mind about them like a scientist. So this case is. And scientists are right about the truth about it. Like people like you, they don't care about what is reality. So they always to might make a right action, like everybody. It's always the same, might makes right, because they can do it, they do it, okay, so that's very obvious thing about it. There's nothing else, okay, so, so okay, so started about that kind of thing about the, with the last what the might makes right about something, okay, so it's just illegal, that might doesn't make any rights about it, but it's always need to require somebody else to prevent that kind of access, somebody more mightier, okay, to stop it. Okay, so like any parts, okay, it's only somebody who have a more force or more power. So you get the case to do other, but so I need to only power, okay, so it doesn't matter, okay, so how right wrong I'm at anything, okay, so it's just how much power I have myself, okay, so that is the force, that kind of a thing around, okay, so and that's it is always, that's really disappointing about the reality about the universe. Just what is absolutely real, what is absolute truth, that's the only thing that matters, okay, so nothing else, okay, so it doesn't matter who benefit, who interest is, okay, so anything. That's the last thing, that's the only if it's true about the reality universe. Not the case of benefit anybody. It doesn't how much happiness it creates. It does, I hate about it. Happiness means nothing. Interest anybody out there mean nothing to around the case. Because it's kind of about the we need to talk about the goes with those follow destined to be particle way directed particle actions. So going to ask about whether this or has it is a lost or theoretically going down around this, but I don't think about it myself this issue because I don't even feel about myself. So my brain doesn't operate the kind of way that I have an illusion of self because like everything in the universe is operating as a whole ratio here, and there is no isolation is away from it. That's case of read. It's always be very disappointed about the universe. That's the case. Well, it's a surprise somebody guys, so it's supported by universe. What else it can be but this other part about it? It's universe just is the last freedom place of the anything, and that's the case. So it's the good word about. Is there any good comments around it? Okay, it's very honest what illusions. I was consideration illusion for everyone. It's not illusion, but in fact the reality. You could go so big when it comes to reality, but because if you go to this illusion was won't be you go to reality that way. So we are so relative in education. Always there's something a city above. There's not affect anything, but like everything is just inevitable. Like so here this here on whatever happened. Okay, so everything is here. That's kind of thing about what is the case. Well, the case of our physical option was superior, but actually say what does level of physics say about the case of well first there are two okay, classical comments so say that they share color symmetrical with the respect cases say futuristic it didn't matter past but they also so the past it didn't matter. Well, that's kind of a question about well not necessary okay, so the determined by future okay, so no, it is just a case of the previous like it's a linear case of from who say what they say. Like it's always a kind of a thing, like a himself, because it's interesting, it's the separation. But I have a big conclusion about the answer why they say about separation. This kind of a thing about he won't be said about himself, so and it'll be sort of different occupation for himself, so can start the implications of pretending does exist. Natural is case is alteration. But it's impossible okay, with the response is that we are properly unified to know whether is a deterministic case. We're properly unified physics, there's a whether physics are deterministic ways. Well, but one of the things about it doesn't know about but one of the best ways is deterministic. If things are deterministic case, therefore it is possible the new outcomes to always calculate beforehand about it. Is it the case of deterministic cases? So example if things are deterministic, it's possible except to write a calculator, but there is daytime and pretty much everything, every response okay, so this somebody would be silly there would be correct. That's a deterministic case, so this determinism is about it's always easy to predict about the new outcomes around. And looking for nothing, there's nothing random here, there's nothing random, there is zero random in the whole existing universe around. and there is nothing surprises miracles are here. So it's always of course a subject around where is represented to each of those who work with the questions. So I say, but they are eager to take over what it be ratio social literature are critics of scholars created of the aesthetic. The most occasion what don't even object of a study the brain. About the object study the brain, but claim they know all about the space. But there is for corporates to make the remake experience with the purpose of selling medicines around. Exactly, purpose of selling actually remark experience with the medicines are causing what more had good risk over head question. Other topic, but let's remember occasion. What the case took about the case like to the new parts with the equation others what they say no longer causes sort of a part of what be a lunatic what I this develop about the case long. Then ask about myself about this kind of what an important factor here I see about the long poor fear was a given. It's not lost or anywhere, it is still around there. Okay, so let's get to as the individual mind about very, very good questions that I make. Nobody here is willing to the forest for remember. Also that the humans or axis are no less with a or no less okay for instance let's say a hurricane they say this case of four okay so that okay, so they all are part of the same case. So there is no difference. But those things because you could have no what to do. This argument for what the abomination. This must not the case. Retribute. Okay, but if there is no real ratio, we have just what is it then? But the consequence is just a brief matter. Merely, yet the product case put the case down. Quals around and see what the case means as a case community. But what is the case is actually way that is. That's quite interesting about this. They have a whole their life thought about okay, so they remember this case because there's always self interest. But anyway, what happened is some of the cases completely knowledge about it. Okay, so we'll see more around here. So this is our what I have to see around here. The deterministic word is just easy to use it fully justified for this natural different from the power deterministic form. Just use it fully, but in case deterministic form. Is the case that there is a deterministic truth, then all these we are merely apparently what way to live for ourselves. The one is contradicting what is a deterministic effort to pursue others to accept the case of others to accept, but the principles that they are going to read is better mental, but that is a good argument will be already getting. When it shows to go on and pull what the kind of what we see is what the war is, what is the case, whether you can play with what is the prosperous way is called outside of country anyway. Exaltation about the relation understanding is to the jail's nuclear case and shot with the result should be what the this must the food of a paradox what it is highly racial for to put type for a massive the merit almost in is to the jail of the after the more resources what we say that the exists what the more resources but what we say that the exists but the because that kind of thing have not be able to discovered after all the social group case not the something an contra cause that's because the end here so this only turns are okay so why so little question who spoke to Freud is article for Proctor to buy his latest background poker exactly case and that's the thing I understand about that is it's equality that's a kind of similarity case I do is about this kind of like the kind of a kind of education I suppose the cap what's kind of university of case with although the case environmental that you hate about this face well but you were automatically already doing about it but probably is intellect shines around here is it doesn't really show about it here it is well but like everything but to all for solid superstitions around but and it's the whole limited free flow that can have it so where will be what the major disease what predestined what the later ones not what who work creates as a case is it the ultimate decision to leave for education major what is it this is predestinated that's about what we saw is the free will we are nothing but the robots but we have a free will is to play predestined but the later decision ultimate what apology is already passed the education leaves no room for a case of water one with the case high power but if we are to believe occasionally is the nature non selection what paragraph case no selection what the case is hanging around a case well it's allowing this kind of thing but take a look around it this kind of way is still hanging around a case leads to no nature non selection paragraph 11 what the failure to believe in the free will well because things are very complex around thing I would ask for about here there is they have so much brain power that they even how the life might be merely feelingless. Okay, so they just enjoy. There is like a nature that they have just getting more awareness about their friends, about the as access to something about the just to the actions that they which are enough in this respect that they are not taken away. What is a real way? So keep it as ourselves through the habits and tendencies or what present choices, what the whole most time best, what he could try to figure out what came first, or time. Well, how much time, what wastage, resources are well, but you think about it, nothing else is any wasted any other kind of activities in the world about the case and the world about the like that kind of thing falls about false. So we have to be really asked about these questions around success rate. Beforehand, as I was discussing a long time, so around the case, non-existent is an operator, the non-existent of a case is spread, when it is put up popular. I do not all believe in case in a sense about the instance of the belief in a freedom, get everybody exact, but only on the extra couples the accurate dance of his inner. When it is divided in a discipline, most often highly what are useful, why not all of them, when it's qualified. These are absurd because every research experience. This is often what provided this are lost to some Hogwarts at the rules around but all the sciences are all based on the kind of interest around. Of course, there can be study about anything, and it doesn't matter because what the polymorphic viruses, what any more the programming computer can reach inside of the change its program ways around. The case of the main argument for what would have been was since our physical is well, there's always huge amount of complexities. The complexity is always is one of the paradoxes. The complexity case hide about some kind of when there's enough complexity, any kind of predeterministic case are easily lost around. So what happened here? There's a material for a deterministic what less of a operation. There must operate. It's inevitable they obey anyway. So that it's impossible to actually get away from that. When in fact they're not. It's like what the mind is like a story. What is the physical opposite opposite one case of the story, however what can be. So this is the case with the case of causes emerging properly, and that's poorly understood about what I never fully understand causes, but they never can. Well, so I guess you have a kind of a hope around the case of thing. So what difference it make it? It's still a common level, but you're more likely to paint something that could be never exist with the actual physical object collection. But basically your mind is like what the paint is something that could never exist as an actual physical object, what the case when real comments on the causes that are fault or a case and a message about case absolutely what believe in the case they should may matter but my pain matter because you think the case was a put of unfortunately but before claims that they have no because of causes make a decision shows this is already have been made by labs so the studio saw the signal which occur they said was actually conscious thought that this is actually the instinct feeling was speak to the feeling or is a fundamental system but indeed emergent system. But if you run with everything to 8 hours, the fact is that there is no chemistry or biology, just the patterns of my particular energy, but everything else case is as real as the case and if an experience the case as decided to see the evolution really because of the living creators so I give in a complex system processing information are the case is as real a case. I don't know what the case, but there is no alternative in reality. That's the case. Yeah, the important factor I have to say about it. We will be able to turn back to the reality in the universe in the same was the argument that if we're able to turn back horizon because they have had let this is a number of what is meaningless. First because the principle answers to the state that they can never know what the extra configuration particles are at the moment because there's what that you can really turn back in the first place or turn back time in the first place or well, one point about meaninglessness. Okay, so this is kind of interesting about the meaninglessness or somebody case great. It's a meaninglessness or somebody's will or this is kind of interesting about somebody have a will about a different kind of reality about it. You have some kind of will. You have a different kind of reality. Accepting is a case and what is the most complex structure known about the composite so I should. Well, demonstrate the drop of water doesn't run down at the earth with the hand in the same way twice. He was illustrated with theory. Down the back of the hand of the same way twice. Its composite components at ordinary level which was quantum noticeable which most complex. What the recurrent situation go objects the same if they are closely approximated or rotation. Well, whatever it is, articles, where you get out of the notes mentioned in the case. Well, it's just a theory, it's like everything is theory, so also a contradictory. But there are two important ways that must face substance ways. Also, I plus something ignorance of the transcendency. What is the feeling of it come from? A feeling of self-gratification, like I said, of money. Letting your mind about your relation in your own minds around it. It's a self-glorification around it. What cannot express it because of fear of attention, lose of it. The context of a free we do not express it anyway, which will make cause the case itself. What is beyond so what what we get too narrowly, what the quiet courage lies in doing what is necessary. What quiet courage lies in doing what is necessary. The quiet courage lies in doing what is necessary. Just be yourself around it. So that's allocations here in this sense. What indicates actually does the case as well. What I have about myself is detecting about it. My argument for what would be is a physical option. But you are truthful about this. This is kind of interesting about the thing about it. He does seems to be like a scientific guy that does I don't know about care about what his own best center is absolutely true about it. And that seems to be contradicts about here. In characteristic case he forgot about his self existence here. What his own case existence, but like he wanna pay for only considering about the well, what do you say about this about the universe? Universe disappoint me again, okay, so as always. Universe is very disappointing place about universe is very disappointing place about so I'm free about the universe this case, and it does a lot of different things existing, any capabilities, all kind of different things around. Whatever was the will of the effect around what power, whatever I guess. What is biggest scope out in the world, whether Tina responsible for what one sex playing in what face on the case. Which played faded power, whatever I hope they were uncontrollable execution of a preacher on a next uncontrollable actions around. What is the case think about the case, a lot of new champions for free will, I guess. That would be interesting about think about as a competition about the free will, how to measure free will, about does somebody have actually real more free will than others? I think he's the nail here that come about conclusion originally. So okay, so this when the complexity increases about the for free will looks like it to be more about like a brain about the more interesting things going on. Okay, so but so the case to see about the complexity always hide about this kind of the free will as a case, and when there is enough complexities. It looks like there is some kind of a free will, even it's never actually free will. Even there will be infinite about the brain mass array, so then it will be hard to calculate anyhow, some kind of thing around it. It's always depending on the calculation about the instruction about that case. So there are two what postulates there is involved with this. Push theory attempts to substantiate the other case of fate, but none of the there is a push type of what the fate is, like it's not very present when the evolution, none of that knows where the first come around a belief, but then there is other side of the terraform case where is your choice around it. Oh, do you like that for a case? So what I was making sure I use it for a so it's supposed to be competent like a real competence. It's a program in the case to change the experience economy that I think puts in the case and cases they are pretty much be the same atoms. Because the molecular structure are different, which friends they are for silicon plus carbon molecules. They have a different kind of chemistry how they operate. Okay, so they of course use the same kind of this, but the outcomes on the subjective and observation looks a little different. How the mind categorize different things around. This case is important factor on here. Nerves is divided into what disciplines are respectable on here. Well, you can see whatever it is, but there is a lot of thinking going on, okay, so nevertheless around. Excellent, so this is what you say around. Neuroscience taking time for nature of news of it will be those point about how active the probability that we have a report is always the case of kind of aspects around. Why I have the case I have to do with case so the case is nothing as at all great about it, but there is more about the case for this thing. But actually help and change out look